All right, now it's time for the final episode of Read the Day, which is Weapons of Class Destruction. Veronica is kissing Leo D'Amato outside her house. After Veronica goes back into her house, Keith announces that he has begun dating Wallace's mother, Alicia, making things awkward between Veronica and Wallace. Veronica notices a sign outside which says killemall.net. In class, there is a fire drill, and Duncan says that it's the third one this week. Veronica talks to Principal Clemens about the fire drill issue, but he doesn't give anything up to her. Later, she notices police officers with service dogs going through the building. Veronica, posing as the superintendent, calls Principal Clemens, who reveals that the school has experienced several bomb threats. She prints the story in the school newspaper, causing chaos at school the next day. Principal Clemens calls her in again and tells her to stop printing stories. Veronica and Wallace talk to each other while Keith and Alicia watch a movie. Alicia tries to convince Wallace to accept their relationship to no avail. After talking to Mac, another student, Pete, approaches Veronica to say that he saw two students, Ben and Norris, with exploding tennis balls. Wallace places the two students under more suspicion when he tells Veronica about them, and Veronica sees a mysterious timer. Duncan and Meg approach Veronica, and she tells Meg the general overview of a case where someone has been evading capture and all the tactics they use to do so before Duncan suddenly leaves. Wallace gives Veronica the student file on one of the two students, but his high school records are clean after bullying in junior high. The other student doesn't have a file. Veronica talks to Duncan, who says he knows about her investigation. Duncan scoffs at her findings before he realizes that she suspects him in the murder, reacting with extreme rage before dashing out of the room. Ben and Norris talk about guns and bombs, leading Veronica to track Ben, eventually seeing him buying fertilizer and taking out a rifle. Ben gets into the car and orders her to drive to the Camelot Motel. There, Logan appears to beat him up before it's revealed that the suspect is actually an ATF agent. Ben says that he is investigating Norris, but needs her help. Norris has a crush on Veronica, and Ben asks her to get close to him. As she leaves the motel, Veronica and Logan kiss unexpectedly. Aww. Veronica gets an invitation to Norris's house, but she doesn't find any weapons. Veronica calls Mac to help her break into the Wi-Fi before she sees Pete in front of the house. The ATF searches Norris's vehicle and finds fertilizer and a rifle, despite Veronica's convictions that he is not the perpetrator. However, Veronica recognizes them as being the same ones Ben was loading into his car earlier. Veronica calls Pete, and she tells him that she knows he falsely implicated Norris with the help of the ATF agent because of the terrible bullying in junior high. Meg tells Veronica that Duncan has disappeared after removing $10,000 from the bank. The story involving Norris is published in the newspaper, and, although it leads to all charges against Norris being dropped, it also results in the new journalism teacher's termination. Dun dun dun. So now let's look at the production of this episode. The episode was written by Jed Seidel and directed by John Kretschmer. This episode marks Seidel's fifth and final writing credit for the series, after Meet John Smith, The Girl Next Door, Silence of the Lamb, and Mars vs. Mars. In addition, this episode is the second directing credit for Kretschmer after Silence of the Lamb. The episode also explains the departure of journalism teacher Mallory Dent, who made her last appearance in The Girl Next Door, also introducing Dent's replacement, Gina Stafford, who was subsequently fired in the same episode. The episode introduces a romantic relationship between Veronica and Logan through their first kiss. Originally, Veronica and Logan were not intended to be a couple. At Paley Fest 2014, series creator Rob Thomas stated that, quote, "The truth is, we never had any intention at all for Logan to end up with Veronica. Doring was hired to be the obligatory psychotic jackass. In the writer's room, sitting around watching dailies, we'd all gather around and it was like, we want to watch those two on screen together," end quote. However, Doring and Bell found out the plan for the two characters around the filming of Return of the Cane or The Girl Next Door. On the reveal, Doring said in an interview, quote, "I'm actually glad. Rob told us about episode 6 or 7 that we would get together. We were like, no way! But there was something going on there. We could feel it as actors. It was damn cool. These characters had some kind of connection. We had to start to soften up a little bit and break the ice somewhat between the characters. I'm glad he gave us that heads up, end quote. Lead actress Kristen Bell expressed surprise over the initial decision by saying, quote, I love working with Jason and he's such a great actor to work opposite, but sometimes I feel it's really just weird luck. Some people get magic dust sprinkled on them and you don't know why. You look like you have boatloads of chemistry with someone else, end quote. On the kiss itself, Doring noted, quote, it was funny, as an actor, to kiss the girl. I was a little nervous beforehand, but you just have to let it go for the scene. It was so fun to watch it later when it aired, adding that a lot of that emotion was real for me, end quote. The song Momentary Thing by band Something Happens plays during Veronica and Logan's first kiss. Series creator Rob Thomas was not content with the kiss scene, writing that it was not how he envisioned it. Quote, I wasn't actually pleased with the first Veronica-Logan kiss. Now, I may be wrong about this, but it wasn't what I imagined, or really what I think was described in the script. The line description called for Logan to devour Veronica. I wanted to be, I don't know if sexual was the right word, hungry or release, or mixed with some self-loathing and confusion. Instead, it came off as singularly romantic. And, well, yeah, it did come off as romantic, even though their relationship wouldn't last long, but hey, what you gonna do? So, overall, I think that this is a pretty unique and enjoyable episode, and Veronica and Logan's first kiss is definitely romantic, so, yeah. But again, we'll see how things work out between the two. So, overall, I give Weapons of Class Destruction 4 marshmallows out of 5. Well, tune in tomorrow as our look at Season 1 continues on with hot dogs. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.